Diddy's trial is getting crazier by the day. Headline is building evidence that Diddy was the kingpin in a criminal enterprise responsible for sex trafficking and racketeering. This isn't some made-up fantasy. It's serious legal charges backed by witness testimony and evidence. But Fletcher doesn't stop there. He keeps going with his theories about why the case is weak.
In this case, what the prosecution is doing is saying that's a bad, mean, violent guy. Look at all of the bad things he does. And they're playing to the stereotype, and they're doing it covertly, but it's fairly obvious to those of us of a certain persuasion that you're arguing that this is a sex-crazed black man who has to get his craven desires administered to on a daily basis.
Y'all, this is such a reach. Fletcher is trying to frame this whole case as some racist attack against a black man, completely ignoring the actual evidence and testimony
have people. She chose that lifestyle.
Oh my God. Is this man seriously victim blaming right now? This is exactly the kind of toxic thinking that keeps victims silent. He's basically saying, well, she was pretty and had options, so she chose to be abused. That is disgusting and completely ignores the reality of abusive relationships and power dynamics. When someone is in actually made to have these activities during her monthly cycle, and so there would be blood on a lot of the sheets. I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but y'all get what I'm saying. Cassie testified that she was forced to participate in these activities even when she was on her cycle, which she clearly stated she didn't want to do. That's not respecting boundaries, that's violation. And then there's the infamous baby oil.
She said that they would oil up so much. That was like a big thing for Puff, allegedly. Like, you had to be oiled, that every 5 minutes they were like just re-oiling because
Why that those things happened allegedly. This matches what we've heard from other witnesses who have described how drinks were allegedly laced with drugs like ecstasy, ketamine, and other substances to lower inhibitions and make people more compliant. That's not consent, that's predatory behavior. Now let's talk about the emotional manipulation that Cassie described, because this wasn't just about physical control, it was about psychological control too. The way that she put it, she said it on stand, "I was a very jealous girlfriend when it came to him and other women." And she said, you know, this is this powerful rich man who she was so in love with. She felt vulnerable because he had shared the secret of these preferences and events that he liked to do. She didn't want another woman coming in and sweeping up in her place. And a lot of times speaking out about his former boss for years. As someone who was in Diddy's inner circle, he has a unique perspective on what's going down, and he's not holding back. In a recent interview, Dill dropped some major bombshells about Diddy's legal situation.
But long story short is that he need to take his counsel advice. Because if he think he's gonna get out of this from the federal government, he out his mind. They in the process of plea bargaining, trying to do a plea bargain session with him, and he not taking it.
Whoa, according to Dill, Diddy is being offered plea deals, but he's refusing to take them. That is wild. When the feds come at you with charges that could put you away for life, and they offer you a way to potentially reduce your sentence, most people would at astounding. Does he really think he's going to walk away from this unscathed? Because based on what we've seen so far, that seems extremely unlikely. Dill also explained some important timing aspects of the case.
You gotta realize that the trial is in May. This is March. They start the trial in May. The first 2 or 3 months before the trial, the lawyers are working behind scenes trying to plea bargain or try to work up some agreement before they get to the judge. The federal government do not want to go to court. 9 times out of 10, they want to plea bargain with you.
This is actually Days of Diddy appearing untouchable are over. The multiple accusations from different individuals spanning decades paint a disturbing picture of alleged abuse, exploitation, and criminal activity that can no longer be ignored or dismissed. Whether through a trial verdict or an eventual plea deal, it seems increasingly likely that Diddy will face consequences for his alleged actions. And for the many individuals who claim they were victimized, that accountability is long overdue. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive into the Diddy trial. If you love this video, then click on the card showing on your screen for more videos like this. After years of victims speaking out, Diddy is finally in jail, and it seems he may be locked up for life. The crimes he has committed for decades have suddenly caught up with him. Not only has he been accused of paying for Tupac's murder, but he may have had something to do with Michael Jackson's death. Stay tuned because you are in for a wild ride. From publicly shooting a woman in the face to drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in the 1990s, Diddy has never seen the light of day again. Diddy finally arrested. In a shocking twist, the music industry is rocked as Sean Diddy Combs, the legendary rapper and mogul, has been arrested and charged with sex trafficking. The 54-year-old was detained at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Manhattan, leaving fans and the public in disbelief. This high-profile arrest comes amid a wave of allegations and lawsuits accusing Combs of sexual assault. The charges are serious, and the court has ordered him held without bail. On the morning of Tuesday, stairs and he's like, man, I want to get rid of them dudes, man. I was like, we'll wipe their ass out quick, man, it's nothing. Keefe D revealed to the feds. He even revealed that Suge Knight was the only on the hit list. Tupac's name was added to the hit list after he made a diss track that publicly and brutally mocked Diddy and his record label.
Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The cleanup guy, Mr. Fahim Muhammad, was also on the scene when Michael Jackson died.
What is even stranger is the fact that he was only 21 at the time and worked as MJ's head of security. Did Fahim, at 21, have the credentials to protect a pop star of Michael's caliber? What exactly were his qualifications at the time? Well, it turns out just 1 year before MJ's death, Fahim graduated from Sacramento State University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration with a concentration in real estate and marketing. Why would a business graduate be in charge of the king of pop security? Was Diddy in any way involved? Something obviously seems fishy with the whole situation. It seems Diddy's world crumbled after Lil Rod's lawsuit because it exposed many of his evil dealings. From freak-offs to drugging underage girls, this lawsuit may be the reason Diddy is in cuffs. The Lil Rod lawsuit. The lawsuit that may have finally led to Diddy's downfall was filed by his former producer back in February. After failing to settle the lawsuit out of court, it has been downhill for the music mogul, from feds raiding his homes to now being behind bars. Diddy wishes he had settled the lawsuit earlier. Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed the lawsuit accusing Diddy of sexual assault. These allegations span from September 2022 to November 2023, during the production of Diddy's latest album. Lil Rod had been hired to work on Diddy's latest album, a project that required close collaboration and long hours. According to Lil Rod, the first incident occurred during these sessions. In September 2022, Lil Rod alleges that Diddy began making inappropriate advances. He claims that Diddy would grope his genitals and touch his penis, actions that Lil Rod describes as grooming him for sex. These incidents reportedly occurred in the recording studio, where the two spent countless hours working on the album. The allegations continued into October 2022. Lil Rod claims that Diddy would walk around naked in front of him, downplaying these actions as horseplay. According to Lil Rod, this behavior was part of a pattern of inappropriate conduct that made him increasingly uncomfortable. In November 2022, Lil Rod alleges that Diddy subjected him to unwarranted sexual attention from his associates. This includes actor Cuba Gooding Jr. and a female cousin of Diddy's girlfriend, Young Miami. Lil Rod claims that the female cousin once tried to have sex with him in front of Diddy, an incident that left him feeling violated and powerless. The most disturbing allegations come from an incident in February 2023. Lil Rod claims that he was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts with them at Diddy's request. He further alleges that during one of Diddy's infamous drug-rampant parties, he was drugged and raped. Lil Rod recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused in bed with Diddy and two sex workers. This incident, he says, left him traumatized and fearful for his safety, but there's more. According to Lil Rod, Diddy has been secretly recording explicit sex tapes of various celebrities and politicians using hidden cameras strategically placed throughout his lavish homes during his notorious freak-off parties. While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Lil Rod discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, the lawsuit read. Mr. Lil Rod believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Habtemariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. The implications of these claims are nothing short of staggering. If true, Diddy's secret sex tapes could potentially expose the private lives of some of the most influential and powerful individuals in the world. From A-list celebrities to high-ranking politicians, no one would be safe from the prying eyes of Diddy's hidden cameras. It is important to note that Lil Rod alleges these individuals were recorded without their knowledge or consent, making the situation even more disturbing. The violation of privacy and the potential damage to reputations cannot be overstated. The mere existence of these compromising tapes raises questions about the lengths Diddy was willing to go to obtain such intimate footage. These individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as is the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Lil Rod, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable, the lawsuit read. Lil Rod alleges that Combs showed him a recording of American DJ, record producer, and television personality Stevie J engaging in anal intercourse with a man. According to Lil Rod, Combs used this recording to manipulate and solicit him, suggesting that such behavior is common in the music industry. Diddy knew Lil Rod looked up to and idolized Stevie J and used the recording to solicit him. This is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it, Combs reportedly told his Lil Rod. These hidden cameras were not the only disturbing aspect of Diddy's alleged actions. Lil Rod also accuses Diddy of engaging in sexual misconduct, forcing drug use, and grooming. It is claimed that Diddy regularly partied with sex workers and underage girls, requiring them to sign non-disclosure agreements. Even Diddy's neighbors revealed that underage girls would be brought to the house in bus loads at 3 in the morning.
Stop bringing all the minors over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. He be like buses, like big ass buses. You can see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. It gets wild. I'm his neighbor.
Interestingly, Diddy's parties were exposed years ago, but everyone thought the accusations were too wild to be true. The man, identified as Jonathan Oddie, even claimed to have slept with Cassie and Diddy in the freak-offs. In the interrogation video, which was recorded in 2018, he claimed to have a special and recurring sexual relationship with Combs and his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie.
Oddie referred to himself as their sex slave, a term that sent shockwaves through the media and raised questions about the dark secrets of the entertainment industry.
I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was.
But what made these claims even wilder is that he implicated high-profile figures in the rap world, such as Rick Ross and DJ Khaled.
Who? Both Diddy and Ross and Khaled. They all gay.
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Interestingly, Jonathan claimed that he may have kept one of the recordings of the freak-offs. He claimed that Diddy paid him for the recording. However, they accidentally gave them back to him and he may have made copies.
They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
And as Lil Rod's lawsuit hangs over Diddy's head like a dark cloud, he may be lucky because he has gotten away with heinous crimes in the past. From attempted murder to beating up his ex-girlfriend, Diddy